Here we are, on and poppin', Friday, May 8th, 2026. Let's go. Waiting for everyone to join in here. Let's go. Yes. Let's do this. Let's do this. Alrighty. Here we are. Here we are. Here we are. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. It's Friday, May 8th, 2026. Welcome in. How many of y'all know that how you start your day often determines how it goes, how it flows? How many of you also know, and I'm sure you've experienced this, that you had a bad start to the day and something happened to turn it around? Something changed. Maybe it was a reframe, change of perspective that changed the day, because how it starts often doesn't mean how it ends. And that choice is up to you in this moment now. You know, I was walking into the gym this morning and I was talking to my favorite concierge, and he's like, "You always have such a great attitude." He's like, "There's so many people that walk in here with a bad attitude, and I just want to tell them to go home." And this is like 4 a.m. and I get it. It's early. A lot of people aren't morning people, and they're still getting themselves somehow, some way to the gym, and that's beautiful. And I looked at him and I said, I looked at him, I said, "You ever have those bad mornings? You ever have those bad moments?" I said, "I have those. They're far and few between. However, I do have them. And I want to go into a couple things in this message here, because I think it's important to notice the patterns and what causes the bad moods, but I also want to address how you can change the bad mood when you notice that you're in one. Imagine blowing your nose. You just have to get it out, right? It's not about realizing that some moments you're going to be in a bad mood. Some mornings you're going to not be excited to get up and about life, and that's okay. It's about noticing when that's happening, noticing the thoughts surrounding the mood, and we work to not exacerbate what's already happening. We work to not exacerbate the mood that's already happening, right? Because it's already happening. What I want you guys to do when you notice you're in a bad mood or bad morning or bad afternoon, etc., bring awareness to what you are experiencing in that moment, the thoughts surrounding it, and ask yourself this: how can I change my state? Sometimes for me, it's a snap of my fingers. That's why I just did that. I literally snap my fingers and it's a pattern interrupt that changes my state. Another way is gratitude. Realize how much you have to be grateful for. Yes, you're going to the gym in the morning, and yes, you don't feel like it, but guess what? You got a gym to go to. Guess what? You got legs that are carrying you through the gym right now. Guess what? You got weights to lift. Guess what? You have an alarm clock, and that's a beautiful thing, because guess what? You might not want to wake up when that alarm clock goes off, like me, at 3:30 every single morning. But you know what I'm grateful for? The fact that I can get up, the fact that I've been given another opportunity at another day at life. And so when you're in a bad mood, when you're waking up and you're in a gnarly mood, it will happen. This is not about condemning yourself. It's about bringing awareness to when you are in a bad mood. Last night I had it. I went to go take the trucks to go get clean. We had a snowstorm here in Denver on May 6th. And because we live in Denver, Colorado, sometimes we get late snow. It's been a dry winter. I'm grateful for the snow because with snow comes water, and with water comes life. You guys, you mamas, you cannot have life without the storm. You cannot have the green, lush forest without the cloudy rain. It does not happen. You know what happens when it's sunny all day, every day for a place that's called a desert? Things die in the desert. You want a lush life? Well, it's going to rain sometimes. You want a lush life? There's going to be pain sometimes. But pain is gain and challenge is change. Pain is gain and challenge is change. With discomfort comes comfort, right? Look at your health. It's uncomfortable to eat healthy. It's uncomfortable to drink water, half of your weight in body ounces of water a day. It's uncomfortable when you're out eating out and you decide to get a lean piece of protein, or if you're vegan, whatever that is. You know what fuels your body. Yesterday I was out to brunch with family, and I freaking ordered the triple decker sandwich, and the thing came to me, and they brought this sandwich to me. It was smothered in green chili. It was 3 layers of thick sourdough with bacon and sausage and cheese and more cheese. And then picture this it was called a triple decker. And I know I'm a healthy person, right? So if you're a healthy person, you eat healthy things. It doesn't mean you're 100% all the time, but my husband looked at me, he said, "You're about to eat that?" He's like, "You're not gonna feel well after you eat that." And I looked at him and I said, "Bingo, thank you. Thank you for calling me out." Sometimes we're doing things and we don't realize what we're doing, but everything has a cause and effect. If I would have eaten that sandwich, as good as it would have been, I know that my body shuts down when I eat tons of bacon and cheese and all that stuff, because it slows your system down, guys. We are machines. Your body is a machine. So what are you putting in it? You wouldn't put, if your body is something you care for and it's your temple, you wouldn't go pour strychnine in that tank to run it, right? So why are we eating foods that bog us down? Well, in the moment it feels so good. In the moment it feels so good. But guess what? If I would have had that sandwich, my energy would have been like crap. And then what happens when my energy's like crap? What happens when your energy's like crap? You feel like crap. What happens when you feel like crap? You treat other people like crap. You can't even be there to help anybody else because you are feeling so bad. And then you add guilt in there, and you're feeling bad about what you did, and you knew you shouldn't have, but you didn't, but you did, and all this stuff, right? What the past is done, mamas. Today is a new day. Today is a new day. It isn't about what you did yesterday, what you didn't do yesterday, what you ate yesterday, what you didn't eat yesterday. We are here and now. So what are we going to do, and what decisions are we going to do to move forward today? Because guess what? We got a bunch of them coming up. If you're listening to this right now, congratulations. You got more decisions to make today in the right direction. And congratulations. That's amazing, right? It's a new day. The past is done. The future hasn't come. All we have is this present moment. So going back to when we're in a mood, you can't have a mood without an attitude. Attitude meaning your thoughts. What thoughts are surrounding you in the morning when you're in a bad mood, right? Maybe when I say look at the mood that you're in, maybe you're exhausted. Okay, well, I'm living proof that even through exhaustion, and I'm not saying this as wow as me, I'm saying this not to impress, but to impress upon you guys what is possible. I don't get a lot of sleep as a 4-month-old. I still get up and I go to work, take care of my health first thing in the day because I know that I can't pour from an empty cup. I don't care how much sleep or little sleep I got. Some nights it's 2 hours, some nights it's 4 hours, some nights it's 6. I'm lucky if it's 6. I'm in that season right now. I know that if I don't move my body and get my workout in first thing in the morning, 4 a.m., it doesn't get done, or life happens, because the day will get filled with lives, period. So ask yourself, what fills your cup? What can you do? Do it first thing in the day. Is it spiritual time with God? Okay, that's gonna help your mood. Is it movement outside, a walk around the block? Okay, that's gonna help your mood. Is it drinking a full glass of water and saying, God, thank you for this day? Okay, that's gonna help your mood. It's not that every day is gonna be gravy. You're gonna have those days, those mornings. Maybe you're having one right now. That is very okay. This isn't about condemnation or beating yourself up for having a human experience. It's about bringing awareness to what's actually happening and asking yourself, how can I show up with intention in the next moment? How can I show an attitude of gratitude in the next moment here? How can I make decisions in alignment to my highest good today? You know what that is for you. You know what that is for you. Is it eating foods that are in alignment with your greatest health? Is it thinking thoughts that are in alignment with your greatest wealth? Is it treating other people the way you want to be treated because you know that the golden rule is a thing? But here's the deal. It's easy to say treat other people the way you want to be treated, but if you don't treat yourself right? If you don't have that self-belief and if you don't have that self-worth, and I'm going to tell you, you are worthy, then how can you go treat other people worthy? It's impossible. Everything's an inside job. Love is an inside job. Feeling that you're worthy is an inside job. Feeling that you're worth it is an inside job. My Aunt Tanya taught me that. Feeling that you can do it is an inside job, right? And then you can go treat other people as well. But the golden rule doesn't make sense. It's like treat everybody with kindness. Okay, but how do I do that if I don't even treat myself with kindness? It's impossible. So as much as I agree with the golden rule, I'm saying bring that rule inside. Treat yourself like you'd want to treat others. Because guess what? If you don't love yourself, and if at the end of the day you don't look in the mirror and say, man, I'm proud of myself today, I moved the needle in the right direction, well, that's going to hurt you. And you, all mamas, I want to congratulate you for showing up today. I'm clapping my hands right now because guess what? You didn't have to show up and you did. I see you. I see you all showing up here today for your health, for your wealth, for your highest good. You all are leaders. Every single one of you on this call right now are leaders. All of you, I see you. You're a leader. That's why you're here, okay? What decisions can you make today in alignment with that leadership? What decisions today can you make in alignment with what you want to accomplish? And guess what? You might say, well, I'm so far behind. I'm not where I want to be. My body's out of shape. My da 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 da. Okay, great. It is as it is. Acceptance is the first step. Awareness. Okay? For me, I'm a crappy, I hate to say this, but okay, I'm not going to say I'm a crappy cooker. I am working on my cooking skills because as far as I can cook right now, it's scrambled eggs, dried chicken, and rice and vegetables. I know that that's something I want to work on, okay? I can sit here and beat myself up about it, or I can get a cookbook and take a small step today by making something simple, okay? Great, I'm moving forward towards a new direction. Self-condemnation and beating yourself up because you don't feel like you're doing the best that you can do. I mean, you're doing the best that you can with what you have at the time. So give your previous self love. Give yourself love. Realize that it all had to happen for you to be here right now. Do you see that? Blame and shame and all that stuff, it makes no sense. It's in the past. You did the best that you could with the time that you had. Now let's move forward, okay? Let's look at what it is. Put it all out there, okay? The mess is there. The house is a mess. The car's a mess, okay? At least I got mess to clean up. And that mess is evidence that there's life. Wow, shoot, I am alive. Okay, now we're moving somewhere. I have a car to drive. Okay, that's great. Well, I have time to go clean it. Okay, that's great. What's one thing that you can do? When I'm feeling overwhelmed, okay, let's pick up one piece of laundry. And that might sound like, oh my gosh, one piece of laundry. See what happens when you pick up one. If you can pick up one, you can pick up another. And if you can pick up another, you can pick up another. This is how gratitude works. Appreciation appreciates. If you can find one thing to be grateful for, okay, you can find two things to be grateful for. If you can find two things to be grateful for, you can find three things to be grateful for. If you can find three things to be grateful for, I guarantee you can find four. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Y'all on this call are too blessed to be stressed. And you hear that. And that's why I call it Let's Address the Stress. I want to say let's address the stress because let's bring perspective to what's really going on. It's an illusion. There are no problems in this present moment. How do you know that? You're here. How do you know that? When you woke up this morning, everything just rushed in. But when you were sleeping, there were no problems. The second you wake up, this ego, I don't feel good. They did this. I gotta do this. You're done. You're done. You're mentally done. You're mentally done. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? God woke you up today. Mamas, he created you. And guess what? You created others. Your mamas. That's what's so beautiful. We created life. Do you see the magic in that? Do you see the beauty in that? Yeah, but. Every time you say but, you cancel out your greatness. Every time you say, well, okay, you canceled out your greatness. Step into your greatness. No excuses. But they did this, and they did, well, and I gotta do this, and it's all our fault. Extreme ownership. Something's not going right in your life. How can you fix it? Something's not going right in your life. What did you do to cause it? So a person did this to you. Well, you brought them in your life. But I get it. Maybe somebody down the road hits you and you're in your car and somebody hits you. That's happened to me. My car was totaled. It was still my fault. I was on the road. I decided to get in my car and drive on the road. But then they hit me. Well, how is that my fault? Well, you put yourself there. Shit happens. I learned that when I was in Germany. It was in Germany. My phone died. This was back in 2016. My phone died. I'm in Germany. I'm on this train going to visit my parents. My phone dies. There's no charger. I'm in the middle of nowhere. This is a random city in Germany. I'm sad. I fell asleep on the train. I missed my stop. I woke up and I didn't know where the heck I was. I don't speak German. And I'm not talking like big city like Hamburg or Berlin. I was like in the middle of nowhere in Germany, like country town. My parents were waiting for me in Amsterdam. My phone died. There's no charger. I'm in the middle of nowhere and I don't speak the language. I don't even have any money on me. I woke up at this truck. I woke up on this train in the middle of nowhere, and I get off the train and I'm like kind of bummed out. Like my parents flew all the way to like meet me in Amsterdam, and I slept and missed my stop to connect. And now I'm in the middle of nowhere with a dead phone. I can't even tell them that I'm where I am or if I'm safe. All they knew is that I'd be on this train coming into the Amsterdam Central Station. But guess what? I wasn't on that train because I missed my stop. Because I was tired. So anyways, I wake up in this town in the middle of nowhere in Germany. It's a cold day, December day, and it's starting to get nighttime, and I don't have food. I'm telling you guys, I don't have food. I don't have money. I don't have a phone because my phone is dead. And I'm sad. And in that situation, I could have just spiraled out. I don't even know. I've never felt that kind of despair before. And I get off the train and I'm sitting there with my head down at this train station in the middle of nowhere, just like, what am I going to do? All the trains are done for the night. I had nowhere to stay. And this guy walks up to me, this older gentleman, and I allude to tell him the story, and he looks at me and he says, shit happens. Shit happens. And ever since then, I always tell myself, shit happens. And mamas, this is a reminder to you. Shit will happen. Shit happens. Shit happens. Circumstances arise. Things that we don't expect happen, okay? What are we gonna do about it? Long story short, I made it back. Somehow, some way, by the grace of God, I made it back to Amsterdam. And my parents were there waiting for me, hysterically in tears. But I made it back. And in that moment, when he told me shit happens, my attitude changed because I realized that there's circumstances that seem to be out of our control. But guess what? I decided to fall asleep and I missed my stop. So I encourage you to look at your life right now, mom, as if you're in a mood, if you're in a bad mood. This is encouragement to you. Where are you playing the part in this? What part do you have to play? What part are you playing in your suffering? Write that one down. What part are you playing in your suffering? Okay, great question. Now that you have that question, Ask yourself a second question. What part do I have in saving myself with God's help? Congratulations, we all have God on our side. What part do I play in saving myself? You are the hero of your story with God at the forefront. He's leading you. What part do you play in the suffering, and what part do you play in the savior, being your own savior and your strength? With God's help, of course. He is our ultimate strength. But I'm saying God doesn't move parked cars. What part do you play in getting that car moved? Where's your accountability in the things that you want to change in your life? You can't say it's not having enough information, because in this day that we live, especially with AI and ChatGPT and all this stuff, we have the information. Everybody knows how to get a six-pack. Everybody knows how to eat healthy. Everybody knows how to get fit. How to get fit isn't the issue. It's doing the things to get fit. That's the hard part. It's like showing up at the gym when you're exhausted to just keep that consistency going. It's eating the right foods that give you energy instead of taking your energy. And I get it. A lot of people have psychological issues, and a lot of people have depression and all these things that feed literally the things that they're eating, and so they don't feel good about themselves, so they're eating like shit because they don't love themselves. So when you don't love yourself, do you think you're going to eat healthy things? No, you're going to eat things that sabotage your growth. I get that. Okay, what's done is done. You're a beautiful creation. If you're eating bad things because you don't feel good about yourself, or maybe the food is so good, but even then it's like, okay, I'm a recovering sugar addict. I loved sweets, and I still do. Sugar gave up me 11 years ago. Processed sugar, all of it. I just stopped eating it one day. I love sugar, I love butter, and I still eat all the things, but I realize I'm not going to feel great after eating it, so I eat it in moderation. Yesterday I had a French toast, right? Yesterday I had a piece of French toast with extra butter and maple syrup. Okay? I usually order a plate of French toast. Do you think I need to be eating a plate of French toast? What is that going to do to my energy? Be like crap. You guys think I can show up on this call? Imagine I ate that yesterday and then I woke up feeling like crap because of the food that I ate. I wouldn't be able to show up here on this call for you guys. Do you see the cause and effect? I wouldn't be able to show up with such clarity because brain fog happens when we eat sugar. Brain fog happens when you eat that pint of ice cream and you wake up and inflammation sets into your brain and into your body. You know that. Okay, well, what are we doing? We're killing everything. We're killing our energy. And we're killing our ability to show up for our kids and our family. We've got to do better, mamas. And you can do better. Today is the day. Today is day one of a better life. Today is day one of a better body, a better mindset, a better home. Clear the clutter. How do you clear the clutter? Stop putting the junk in. Take the junk out. I'm talking about clutter of your physical space. I'm talking about clutter of the foods that don't fuel you, that are bogging you down. Don't put it in your system. I talk about the difference between food and fuel. McDonald's cheeseburger might be food, but that ain't fuel. Bag of chips, that might be food, but that ain't fuel. Before you eat something, ask yourself, is this food or fuel? That will dictate if you eat it or not. It's a simple question. Is this food or is this fuel? Is this nutrition or is this just putting something in my body because it feels good in the moment, it tastes good on my taste buds? Or is this actually fueling my energy that it takes for me to show up as a mom and to show up for the community and those around me? I get so passionate about this stuff, guys, because I see people sabotaging their life all day long. Eating things that they know make them feel like shit. Listening to things that make them feel like shit. Conversing with people that make them feel like shit. Take an audit of your life. If it's not feeding you, if it's not fueling you, cut it out. Hard, full stop. Say enough is enough. I'm not giving my power to this person. I'm not giving my power to this food, this vice. Somebody asked me, do you have any vices? Like, think about that. Do you have any vices, mamas? It was a guy that I was dating that I shouldn't have been dating. He was my vice. I knew that he wasn't healthy for me. I looked at him and I said, you. I knew that that person wasn't right for me though. But for some reason, it gave me a dopamine rush. It felt so good. Whenever you're on those high highs with dating people and you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm on cloud 9, that is like red flag, because it means you're unconscious. You're not really thinking things through. You're not really looking at the red flags of the person. You're not really looking at the person for what they are. You're looking at them for what you see them to be, what you think they are. Rose color glasses. A place of peace has clarity. I don't feel great all the time eating healthy foods, a salad, when I could be ordering a cheeseburger with extra bacon, but I sure as hell have peace about it. Yeah, I would feel great on cloud 9, sky high. They call it eating good, with a plate of pancakes with whipped cream and all the things. Dopamine rush, sugar rush, red flag. This is only temporary. This is only temporary. Welcome in. This is only temporary. Yeah, I feel good dating that person that I know is not right for me, but for whatever reason, I just feel so good around them. Can't get enough. Red flag, red flag. Yeah, I feel good gossiping because it's feeding my ego, and man, the ego needs somebody to talk shit about. Red flag, red flag, red flag. Gossip, red flag. Somebody else is gossiping to you about somebody else. Okay, red flag. These things feel good in the moment, mamas, but they don't fuel our higher purpose. So my question to you is, what can you do to fuel your higher purpose today? What conversations can you have to fuel your higher purpose? Back to the vices. Other than that person at that time, I had no vices, and to this day I don't. Vices are placebos. We think that they're making us feel good, like that cup of coffee in the morning, but guess what? When you take that cup of coffee out, you feel like crap. You get jittery, you get shaky, you get irritable. I don't drink coffee, but I know for people that like have that as their thing, like if they don't have their cup of coffee, like sometimes they will like spiral out or like not be well. And that's okay, right? Everything's in moderation. I'm not saying go cold turkey like I did with processed sugars and refined sugars. You don't have to go that extreme. One day I just decided not to eat it anymore, and I haven't eaten it since. But think about the things that are running your lives, mamas. Because the same things that give you joy will give you pain. The same person that gives you so much joy will bring you pain. The same thing that gives you so much joy to eat that you know is not good for you will give you pain later, right? It's about neutrality, life in the middle, right? Not too high, not too low, right there in the middle, right there in the middle. You have to be okay having something. You have to be okay not having that thing. Your joy does not depend on the approval of others. Your joy does not depend on the acceptance of others. Your joy does not depend on the love of others. Your joy depends upon the love of you. Your joy depends upon the love and the trust that you know God has for you. Your appreciation is dependent on your appreciation for who? Yourself and God. Your acceptance, your level of acceptance is how are you accepting you today? Not if they're going to accept you, because guess what? The world will let us down. We are human. And one day the person accepts you and the next they don't. And then if they do, you're happy. If they don't, you won't. You won't be happy. Realize that. No effective guidance will ever be achieved by seeking the approval of others because they desire different things for you. Only you know what you desire for you. God knows what He's got for you. They all desire different things, so why are we looking at other humans for approval? Constant, pure guidance from God comes forth from within you. It's always there. You know, and that's what they say, know thyself. Know thyself, right? I can tell you guys what's good for you, and you know what's good for you, right? And so that's when I gave this message with those 2 questions. If you just joined, I have 2 questions for you today in this message, mamas. 2 questions for you today to ponder as we go into this Mother's Day weekend. Congratulations. Happy Mother's Day, everyone. Congratulations for being leaders of our lives and others. It's a big role, and we don't take it lightly. That's why you're here, and I know and I see you. Great job for showing up today. Question number 1. What part are you playing in your own suffering? Is it the thoughts that you're thinking? Is it the actions that you're taking or lack thereof? Is it a mental pattern? Is it people that you decide to have in your life, that you're choosing to have in your life, that are bringing you down? Okay? What part are you playing in that? In your own suffering? And then 2, what part are you playing in your own hero's journey? What part are you playing in your Savior, and you're saving yourself with God's help? What part are you playing in your own strength? Okay, because guess what? If you got yourself into the situation, guess who's the one that will get you out? Look in the mirror, mamas. It's you. Who's behind all your problems? Pull off the mask. You. Who's the problem? Who's the solution to all your problems? Pull off the mask. Oh shit. Excuse my language. It's me. It's me. You mean I'm the solution and the problem? You mean I'm the problem and the solution? Yep. And guess what though? You got God on your side as well. He's going to help you through it. He's going to help you through this. I might have a few moments throughout a day where I'm in a lower frequency, a lower vibration. Could be jealousy that I see arising within me. Could be frustration, irritability, and especially with hormones running through our bodies, it's not about realizing, it's not about saying, oh, these emotions aren't going to happen, because we're all having a human experience. It's about when they happen, what can we do about it? 1, notice. 2, take a deep breath. 3, ask yourself what can you be grateful for in this moment? 4, ask yourself, what's my intention as I move through the next moment? What's my intention here? Yeah, I'm in a bad mood, but am I here to get a workout in? Well, then shoot, let's get the workout in. And let's change my attitude to one of gratitude, because I can move. Because I'm able to move. You know how many people would kill to move? Just to move. These are blessings all around us that we just don't realize until we bring awareness to it, and that's okay. Let's bring awareness to it today. Let's bring awareness to the gifts of the day. Let's bring awareness. Awareness. Settle in. Awareness. To the beauty of life and you. The beauty of you. The beauty of you. I see you all on here showing up, glowing, beautiful. Now I can tell you you're beautiful, but I need you to know that you're beautiful. Somebody told me yesterday, yeah, you know what, Shan? You're right. I said, I don't need to be right. I need you to know that you're right. I can tell you these things, I could lead you to these truths, but until you live them, until you embody them, they're just words. This is what transformation is about. Living the things, doing the things, taking the actions, asking yourself the tough questions. What part am I playing in my suffering here? Well, the kids you had the kids. You decided to have kids. Well, you have them in your life. You decided to have them in your life. Okay. What part did you play in that? What part are you playing in that? And the second question is, what part can you play in saving yourself? What part can you do to take a step in a new direction today, starting today? Because today is a new day. Today is a new day. This is the day the Lord has made. We will rejoice and we will be glad in it. The past is done. The future hasn't come. All we have is now. What a gift. Yes. It is as it is. People are as they are. God made you the way He made you, with your strengths and your abilities and your aptitudes and your gifts. You know what your gifts are, mamas. Drop a heart. I know y'all got gifts. Lean into those gifts. God made you so unique. So comparison as easy as it is to do, is irrelevant. Why? Because they're them and you're you. Another thing, when you find yourself comparing yourself to other people, just be happy for them. Be happy for them. I like to say I'm a healthy person. And when I'm at the gym and I see some other chick lifting more than me, stronger than me, fitter than me, whatever, it's all a shell. It's all a shell, meaning like we are the essence beyond our bodies. We are the emanating light from within. But as humans, we like to compare ourselves to what they're wearing, what they look like, blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. How can you congratulate something about somebody when you're comparing yourself? So I go up to this lady and I say, you know what, Mama, I see you, you're crushing it. And it's not sarcasm, it's actually me believing that, because obviously I appreciated it because I noticed it. So when you find yourself comparing yourself, drop a comment, say, hey, you look good. We're all in this together. Oneness with all life, we're all connected. When you congratulate another, you congratulate yourself, so congratulations. Instead of thinking, she always gets to do this, and how is it so easy for her? Maybe you comment and you say, you know what, Mama, I see you. You're doing a good job. But I get it. It's hard to do that if you don't believe that about yourself, because we can only give from a place within. So the question is, how can you congratulate and encourage yourself? And then those compliments will flow to others naturally. And sometimes it'll be an effort at first, but this is a challenge for you. I have 2 questions for you guys and a challenge. 2 questions and a challenge for this message today, okay? The challenge is, the second you want to find yourself comparing yourself to somebody or feeling a hint of jealousy or resentment, congratulate the person. Drop a comment. Say, you look good. I see you. Call a friend up and say, you know what? You started that business and I just want to tell you I'm proud of you. I see you doing what you're doing over there. You're walking down the road and you see somebody that looks fitter than you, or maybe they got it going on today and you don't feel like you do. Tell them, you know what? You look good. I see you. I'm crying right now because this woman changed my life. I was walking into the doctor's office. This was probably about a month after my baby was born. And she was just having a hard day. And I knew she was having a hard day. And she looks at me and she says, you look so amazing. And I knew she was having a hard day because I didn't actually find this out until I was leaving, and I asked her how she was. She said, I'm not well, I'm dealing with health issues. But she gave me such a genuine a compliment, even in her pain and suffering. Even though she didn't feel good about herself and she probably physically didn't feel good, she gave me the most kind compliment that I needed that day. And so it's not about you, mamas, it's about the other people too. You don't know what a compliment can do for somebody. She could have looked at me and said, ugh, look at her. Must be nice. She looked at me and she said, you look great. I can't even tell you had a baby a month ago. Thank you. I try to take care of my health. I realize that health is wealth and it's a gift. My uncle's mom was dying and I was there to help caregive her. This was about 2 months ago. And I just remember her always being such a lively person, even in her suffering. She had dementia. And she would always give the warmest compliments, even in her suffering. And so that's what I'm saying, Mama. If people can give compliments when they're dying, if people can give compliments and encourage others when they're feeling like crap, we can give a compliment to somebody else today, a genuine one. I'm not saying blow smoke up people's ass and say things that you don't mean. I mean a genuine compliment. And let me compliment every single one of you on this call today. Way to show up. Good job. I know every day isn't easy, and I know every day isn't great, but every day is a day to be grateful. I know every moment isn't great, but I know every moment is a moment to be grateful, because why? You're alive and we're here. And if we're here, that means we have another opportunity. If we're here, that means we have another opportunity to love, give, show up to the best of our abilities. And sometimes showing up might be 10%, and that's your 100% for the day. Okay? That's okay. Create space for grace. Furthermore, embrace grace. Give yourself space and grace. Some days showing up looks like full out, 100% full throttle. Congratulations. Good job on those days. But every day we're showing up. We're not giving up. We're showing up. We're moving forward, on and upward, mamas. We're moving forward, on and upwards. That's my message for y'all today. Does anyone have anything to say, a takeaway, a question? Something they're grateful for? Something that resonated? Something that they're stressed about that they want to talk about? Okay. Question number 1. Angelica, hello. Angelica, can you hear me? Angelica, I think you're speaking, but I can't hear you. We can't hear you. Okay. Minnie? Minnie? Man. Can y'all hear me? Minnie, can somebody maybe try to speak again? Okay.
We can hear you, but I don't think you can hear us.
Okay, I can hear you guys now. Can you repeat that, Angelica, whatever you said, and then Minnie, I'll go to you.
Okay, yeah. I was saying that I'm just grateful for the experience of life, that like I learned that going through the highs and lows, and like the lows have greater heights, and it's not always perfect, and the journey is not always the best, but I'm 5 days sober and I feel great, and I just wanna be a testimony to the Lord. I just wanna lay down I wanna pick up my cross every day and just give my life to the Lord every day.
Wow, Angelica. First of all, congratulations on 5 days sober. That's amazing. And congratulations for showing up today. And I know that the Lord is your Savior and He's leading you along the way. He's going to continue to give you that strength. And feel, I don't know if you have anything to put in place of the, I'm assuming sober from alcohol?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Are you putting anything else in place, like sparkling water or any other things that you enjoy?
Yeah, I replaced it with bubbly and some kombucha, so I have backup stuff, but I haven't had like that feeling yet, so I'm doing pretty good, to be honest.
Let's go. That's amazing. Congratulations, Angelica. Well, keep showing up here. We're here Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Same time. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, same time, 7 a.m. Sometimes I go for 15 minutes. Sometimes I go for an hour and a half. Sometimes I go for anywhere between 15 minutes and an hour and a half. But every day there is a message and there is a takeaway. Minnie, what's going on over there?
Yeah, I just wanted to say congratulations to Angelica too. I'm familiar with people who have addiction issues. There's nothing more amazing than someone who can overcome that fight, because it's not an easy thing. And so I just want to give you flowers and congratulations. The only thing I had wanted to say was I just wanted to say that I'm grateful that you kind of like turned my day around. I'm gonna go ahead and say day and speak it into existence for the rest of the day, because I was like I've been feeling pretty good lately, but you know, every now and again something happens and you're like get aggravated or whatever. But there was like a few different things that's happened that I could have spoken about, but just listening to you kind of just like turned that around. So I don't feel I feel like more in control of things that happen to me and my response to them. So I just wanted to say that I appreciate that, and also too, like I have been noticing that lately. I've just been you keep saying, you know, this thank God that you're alive, thank God you're alive, because you know, and I've been feeling very grateful for just being alive lately. Just like I'll be in my car and I can be stressed because there's traffic or whatever, but I'll like choose to like consciously just be grateful that I'm here, and then also like feeling like I'm kind of connected with people around me. Like we're all lucky to be here. We're all lucky to experience this oasis. Ever since I heard astronaut that went to the moon recently talk about how he was looking at the Earth and how we're so lucky to be on this oasis, like that stuck with me since. And I've just been feeling more and more grateful every day to be here. So I wanted to share that.
Wow, Minnie, thank you for sharing that. And that is so beautiful. I love what you said with this oasis of this land that we're in. Because when we're in our head, we're dead. But if we really tap into the nature and the oasis of the beauty of this planet that we're on, it's so cool. And Minnie, thanks for teaching us that, because it gives us perspective that we're all flying on this rock through space, this oasis through space. And like our problems seem so big. But when you zoom out, like you said, people flying to other planets and moons, and you know, soon we'll be on Mars. They said they're going to be starting to send the first people to Mars. Like, it's crazy, right? And we're here on this day in this way, as we are, the way God made us perfectly, the way that we are, and that is something to celebrate. And when we realize that, mamas, wow, it changes everything. It changes everything. Everything becomes a gift, because it is, right? But if we're bogged down by a negative emotion or a victim mindset, it literally takes us out of that present, and we can't see the beauty in that. But we get to choose, like Minnie said, we get to choose to see the beauty. We get to choose to give up the vices that hold us down. Congratulations, Angelica. And if you know whatever that is for you, you know what it is. I believe the vices give you up. You know, like the vices will give you up. It sounds like the vice of alcohol gave you up, Angelica. Maybe you didn't give it up, but maybe it quit you. And that's okay, right? I gave up sugar. Sugar gave up me. Sugar quit me, you know? And so these negative thoughts, they could just quit us. We just decide to tap into a higher frequency and to a higher plane. And when we catch ourselves getting down, like Minnie said, when you're in traffic and you might be tired and hungry and all this stuff, you're like, shoot, roll down the window, put your arm out the window, feel alive, wiggle your fingers and feel the air on your skin, apart from the thoughts of, oh, this traffic sucks. But also realizing traffic, like, it's crazy to think this, but like when you're annoyed with traffic, realize you are the traffic. You are in the traffic, meaning you are causing the traffic that you're experiencing. Why? Because you're there, you're part of it. But when we see it as, oh, the traffic, right? Like the traffic apart from us, it's like, no, we are a part of that traffic. We are the reason that there is traffic, but it's all about everybody else, right? There's so many people in here. Well, you know, you might walk into a store and it's like, there's so many people in here. It's like, well, you're adding to that because you're in it. But it's so easy to point fingers outside of ourselves. And Minnie, that's a great reminder, even in traffic, to say, okay, I'm grateful. I'm here to experience this traffic with that consciousness and that awareness.
I wanted to share something that you had shared a while back, Shannon, that like you were saying that like when we're cooking like with the tomato, like be appreciative that like we're able to go to the store and like get the tomato and it was brought to us and we're able to go buy it, and like that just always stuck with me now. And I just really want to thank you for that, because it really put it into like a scope of like, you know, that we have so many things and we take for granted, and it's like we don't mean to take it for granted, but we do, but we don't notice because we're just like brought into the world and we just see what we see. But wow, it really opened my eyes with the tomato. Thank you for that.
You're welcome, Angelica. You're welcome, and thank you for reminding me that too, because it's like we're all each other's teachers, and so with Mother's Day coming up, that means a lot because I'm going to be cooking this weekend, and so I'm going to think about what you said, what I said, right, with the tomato and cutting the tomato. And for those of you that weren't on the story, weren't on that pod, it was a while back, but we talked about the journey of the tomato. That when you're tired and you're cooking, and be grateful that you can cook. And then we took a journey to the grocery store, and we took a journey to the grocery store, and we talked about that tomato that you have on your plate that you're cutting right in front of you when you're tired. That journey that tomato went through, the hands that made that tomato possible to make it to your plate. So we talked about the tomato in the field. Somebody picked the tomato. Somebody put the tomato. First of all, God created the tomato. The tomato was a seed. The seed had to get water from somewhere, some way. The seed had to get sun for it to grow. Okay, now there's a tomato. How beautiful. That tomato was picked by probably a hand. I don't think machines pick tomatoes yet. So a hand picked that tomato somewhere far away. A hand put that tomato on a truck or in a bin, took that bin to the plant, and then that tomato then was placed on a truck to make it to your grocery store. So the tomato is on wheels, driving, part of the traffic, this tomato. And this tomato then makes it to the grocery store on a truck. Somebody then comes, unpacks the tomato from the truck, and then somebody then picks up the tomato from the truck and brings it into the grocery store. And then that tomato then magically gets put out into a beautiful display of vegetables that you get to pick from as you walk into the grocery store. God gave you the wheels to make it to the grocery store. God gave you the $1 in your bank account to buy the tomato, because I think that's about what a tomato runs. What a gift. So you're at the grocery store, you're picking up your tomato, you have the legs to walk to go grab your tomato, and guess what? God gave you the eyesight to see the tomatoes and all of the other beautiful vegetables that we have. What a gift. And you look over and you see kombuchas on the stand. You can get kombucha and sparkling water as well. Somehow that magically made it there. Wow, what a gift. We're on to something here. So you pick up the tomato, you pay for the tomato, you drive the tomato home. Guess what? You have a home to drive the tomato to. You walk in, you can grab your groceries, God willing, or you got kids to help or whatever. Somehow that tomato makes it into your house. And guess what? If the tomato's chilled, I like my tomatoes chilled, you have a refrigerator. Wow, what a miracle. But somebody might say, oh, my refrigerator isn't good enough. Well, you have one. So you can chill that tomato. Or maybe that tomato's sitting on a countertop and you have a countertop for that tomato to sit on. So then you go to cook this tomato. This tomato has made it this long journey. You bring awareness to this beautiful tomato. You're tired, but you know what? You got a tomato to cook. And when you think about that journey of that tomato, you think about the eyes that you have to see. You can cook for yourself. You can actually even eat and feed yourself the food. You got people to feed. What a gift. And now that tomato becomes nourishment for our bodies so that we can give energy to all those around us. And so that's what Angelica's talking about with the journey of the tomato. That when you're tired, and when you're down and out, there's even the smallest thing to be grateful for, the tomato. But when you bring awareness to the tomato, it changes that whole experience. When you think about that tomato's journey, you're so grateful that you have that tomato. But if we're unconscious, if we're in our head, there's no way we're going to catch that. We're just looking at a tomato on a plate unconsciously, not even realizing the beauty of it. So thank you for that, Angelica, because I find myself eating throughout the day, not even grateful for the eggs that I'm eating or whatever it is that you're eating that made it to your plate. How amazing is that? It's a miracle. We should all be rejoicing that we have a tomato to eat or whatever it is, water to drink. We don't even get me started on that. Think about the journey of the water, like clean water, what the process is that goes through just to have clean water. Or when you take out your trash, the process that has to somebody come pick up your trash, or you can just throw it out. You know, in other countries, I've been to third world countries, they don't have septic systems. They don't have, if you're listening to this right now, something tells me you're not in a third world country. If you are in a third world country, you still have this device to listen to me on. That's amazing. But even the simple thing is trash. Somebody like disposal systems and trash systems and sewage systems and clean water systems. Systems. What a gift. Like, you can go to the bathroom and just flush it and it's gone. That's amazing. This is what I'm talking about, mamas. You could take this, you could look at this at any level of the day, at any level of the day. Brushing your teeth. You got teeth to brush. Any level. That's what Angelica's saying. Just bring awareness to the little things that you have today, and you'll realize not how little they are. They're big deals. It brings magic to the mundane, brings magic to the moments. That's what it's about. Anybody else? Want to say anything? Okay. I'll be doing another free reset for this month. I believe it's the third month of this week. It's a reset. It's a 5-day reset where you get prompts and exercises to embody these things that we teach, and it's free. So you can shoot me a message if you guys want to be part of that, and it's through email. I send you videos, and you don't have to register or anything. I think you just put your email in and you get journal prompts and a video from me each day to embody these practices and these tools that I teach, because it's so transformational. So if you guys want to be part of the May 5-day free reset, just shoot me an email. It's free. There's no cost to it. Just passionate about this stuff. I'm passionate about life change because I realize the impact that this makes on ourselves. And you guys, when you change yourself and when you transform yourself and when you change the way you see things, the things you see change, your families change, the world at large changes. It's a ripple effect, mama. So way to show up today. Way to show up today. And as we close out this session today, oh, Angelica.
Oh yeah, sorry. I just wanted to say from earlier how you were saying about compliments. I wanted to give everyone a compliment for just being here, because that takes, I think, courage to be here and to listen and share your thoughts and stuff. And I don't know if anyone did earlier or not, but just to be present is just a gift in itself, like you were saying earlier, Shannon. So thank you, Shannon, for having this space and allowing us to share it with you.
Absolutely, Angelica. And yeah, that's beautiful. Thank you for that compliment. I fully received that. For us all showing up today and sharing. Does anybody else want to say anything? Thank you, Angelica. Does anyone else want to say anything? The courage it takes to show up some days, mamas. That's what Angelica's talking about. Because it's not easy every day. And the courage it takes to show up and speak and share and be here is amazing. So thank you for that, Angelica. Congratulations. Let's all give ourselves a pat on the back. Right now, I'm patting myself on the back. How many of y'all know you sometimes just need to encourage yourself? Give yourself a hug. I give myself hugs. Give yourself a hug. Oh, I'm hugging myself right now. Right now, wherever you are, give yourself a hug. Swirl into it. Move into it. How often do we hug ourselves? Try it. It's actually pretty cool. Like pat yourself on the back and give yourself a warm hug. I'm giving myself a hug. But so often we're looking for everybody else to give us a hug. How about we hug ourselves, mamas? Yes. And as we settle into this present moment and this day, wherever you are, allow yourself to be as you are, where you are. I know we're at different time zones. Maybe you're wrapping up the afternoon or evening, wherever you are. Maybe you're starting your day. Allow yourself to be where you are. Allow your body to just sit and flow into where you are right now, mamas. Maybe wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers. Allow this moment to just be as it is. Settle in. You could be laying, you could be walking, you could be running, you could be wherever you are. You're here. We're here. That is so beautiful. And together, as we take a deep breath in Hold, 2, 3, release. Deep breath in. Hold, 2, 3, release. Congratulations, y'all, for showing up today. That is just a beautiful way to end the session. Just a quick reset, quick release, just a return to your breath at any moment. Return to your breath at any moment. You can do this when you're stressed. You can do this when you're feeling blessed. You know, the breath is happening all day long. And it's when we bring awareness to that breath that we feel alive and we're able to reset ourselves apart from our thoughts. Apart from our thoughts. I see a couple of you just joined in. I'll wrap this up here with a refresh of what we covered so that we can all move together in a way that's productive. And the thing I want you guys to think about as we go into this Mother's Day weekend, happy Mother's Day. Number one, what part are you playing in your own suffering? This could be mental, physical, whatever it is. What part are you playing in that? Number two, what part can you play in the saving of yourself with God's help? What can you do today to move forward in a new way? Past is done, the future hasn't come. All we have is this moment now with a bunch of decisions ahead of us. You know what's in alignment with your higher good. You know the foods that give you energy. You know the thoughts that give you energy. You know the people that give you energy, the places that give you energy. And if you want energy, go serve somebody else apart from yourself. But first you got to take care of yourself. We talked about the golden rule and how it's easy to say treat others the way that you want to be treated, but I encourage you to treat yourself the way you want to be treated, and then from that place you can treat others how you want to be treated, because we cannot give from a place without. The third thing is complimenting somebody today, this weekend, a genuine compliment. Maybe you're not feeling great, but I guarantee you'll feel a little better if you go give somebody else a word of encouragement, a word of love. That person you compare yourself against or feel jealous about, shoot them a compliment. Tell them that you see them. They're doing great. Because they are. And really feel that. Go give a compliment today. And thank you, Angelica, for the compliment to all of us. I really appreciate that for us all showing up today. That's amazing. You all have a wonderful Mother's Day. Way to show up today. And, as we practice these things and embody them, life change isn't always easy. It takes a different frame of mind, a different frame of awareness. And that's why you all are here. So I look forward to speaking with you guys on Monday. If you want to set your alarm, same time, it's 7 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. But I will be here on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, as long as they keep allowing me to stay on this app. And I'm on YouTube, Shannon Lynn Evans, and then on Spotify, Shift, S-H-I-F-T, with Shan, where I drop daily little nuggets as far as insights into awareness and presence, which we all know these things, right? Sometimes it's just a reminder about the return that we have to what is, which is presence and love and joy and all of the things that we are, apart from the BS, the clouds. We're that emanating, beautiful blue sky. Tap into that today, mamas. Tap into that blue sky, that vastness, that possibility. Proud of you all for showing up today. I look forward to seeing you or speaking with you again soon. Until next time, be well. Much love. Bye for now.